Snug Life is all about the conversations that you have in the pub.
We can talk about bullshit things. We can talk about serious things.
3 childhood friends spread across 3 different continents now.
Snug is a home away from home.
Well, good morning, gentlemen. Welcome back to the Snug.
For the listeners, we're recording this on the 30th of December. By the time us legends actually pull this together and edit it and release it, it'll be New Year's. So, Happy New Year's.
Happy New Year's, everybody.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New
2025. Woo. Yeah.
We made it through another year.
It's been nice and dry since I got back to London after a very wet Christmas in Dublin.
Yeah, not ideal for the weather.
No, wet in terms of pints.
Oh, sorry, that sort of weather. Ah, okay. You were slapping yourself up. You were well seasoned.
I was just about to say, well, poor you guys, I got sunburnt yesterday, but it sounds like Sean got pint burnt.
I thought it was the new camera, Gaz, but now I'm starting to realise that there's a little bit of a tinge there, all right. Gaz got
There's a glow.
There's
definitely a glow.
I thought you might have been pregnant. You're glowing. So how was your Christmas, lads? Any big crack? Any development? Other than the pints, obviously.
You know, the usual when you go back home, it's just a barrage of pints and catch-ups, which is brilliant. For our listeners, we get together with all our mates once around the Christmas season. It used to be a night out, but now it's just a day out because we can't
An afternoon.
10 p.m.
It really is. We're at the start at 3 o'clock. Everyone could be tucked in by midnight.
It was a great day. We watched football, had some food, and one of the lads had a genius idea of a Christmas quiz. It was all about our friends, so it's questions about the past and what's going on in their lives now.
No way.
Yeah, very, very difficult. Tomo found it very difficult. Where did you end up, Tom?
I think I was second last. I think I was 15th or 14th. Yeah.
It was tough though. There was like
it was really hard.
One question was to name one of the lads' kids, right? And you know, there's quite a lot of kids now, so it's hard to remember them all. But not only was it to name it, you had to spell it right.
Yes, that was an issue. And I got done on the spelling of a couple of the kids because I know everyone's firstborn children. Now, if they had brought out secondborns, I was fucked. But firstborns, you remember, you know what I mean?
Tomo and I were chatting about it, and I wonder what questions he's going to ask. And Tomo said, I bet it's going to be like our friend's kid's name. And I was like, shit, you know, I'm gonna look this up. And then sure enough, you're 5 pints deep, having a laugh, and this quiz starts. I can't remember it.
It's all
You're
gone.
kidding.
Well, we were saying that, Gaz. It's
terrible.
funny because you go onto Instagram and you look for the "Welcome to the World, Baby X" post, and then if your friends aren't those kind of guys, you're fucked.
I went into WhatsApp, Tomo.
You were telling me search terms.
Search congrats.
Congrats and welcome.
Still got them wrong.
Still got them wrong.
Now, like I sit here having not had to do the quiz on my high horse. My terrible friends. You're terrible friends.
It was hard.
Well, guys, someone made a point. They said the people that live abroad are doing better because they keep in touch with their friends kind of through these milestones in life. And I was agreeing with it until someone said, Sean, don't you also live abroad? I was like, shit.
Uh-oh.
I was just about to say, what a load of bollocks.
Hold on a minute.
But this is actually something that's really hard, right? Because there's this whole thing about getting off Instagram for your own mental health. But then how do you keep up to date with your mates if they're not putting things in WhatsApp?
I will say, though, guys, even if you're on Instagram, like, you don't see stuff about people you know on Instagram anymore. It's just like, you know, the new Manscaped 3.0. That's all you're looking at all day. It's just bollocks advertisements. And you're like, yeah, I'm keeping them up to my friends here. No, you're not. I do it all day.
It's worse. I'm missing these ads and I feel guilty for not keeping up with my friends.
I've been sending you links, guys, on Instagram quite a lot. Are you not on Instagram?
Yeah, I know. I joined back because of the Snug Life. Literally only in the last 2 months. So yeah, Sean, I went back. I laughed at all of them. They were very good. Thank you.
Okay, good. I was wondering. I was like, I'm just sending them into the ether. I get no response back, so that's why I assume you.
Not great at responding, but he sees it all. He sees everything.
There's something funny about like how we communicate now. We just send each other reels and we're like, legend. Like Sean, you were sending me ones about like pints. Just they were so funny. I can't even remember them. There were so many.
And Australian things. Everything about Australia I send you. Like everything that comes up that mentions Australia. I'm like, oh, Gaz, I like that. And I put Tomo in it as well, just so in case, he wants to chat about it.
Yeah.
But is that the new mode of communication between friends now?
I seen a meme not so long ago, and it's saying that men now communicate through reels and memes, whereas they used to just shout Anchorman quotes at each other.
I find it endearing though. If I do get the reel, I'm like, oh, they're thinking about me right now.
Yeah, is that what it is?
Even if it's shite, even if I don't click the link.
Is that how sad things have gotten?
Yes.
No, that's how short you can spend a second of your life by just clicking them and hitting forward, and you're like, that'll do it. That'll tick the box for being a good friend.
Does nothing for you. So back to Christmas, John.
I went for a Christmas dinner. Shout out to my ma who gave me and Tess a nice present of a Christmas dinner.
Nice.
It was like before Christmas, so I actually had nothing to open on Christmas because that was the only gift I got, and it was before Christmas. The other gift I got was a bar of chocolate from my nieces. It was very light on the gifts this year. Not even a pair of socks, boys.
Nothing. Ooh.
You talked a big game coming into this. You talked a big game about
Wait, receiving or giving?
Receiving. I gave great gifts.
Of course you did.
What stocks?
Yeah, stocks.
What stocks to buy your nieces?
No stocks this year, lads. No stocks.
What did you buy?
Do you know why, Tomo? Because the market's been on a run and Sean's like, no, not good value. Not good value.
Not a good time. Yeah.
Exactly.
I'll just get them Twister instead.
Well, they're going on holiday to Florida to Disney World, so I got them like one of the day's parks passes thing.
Ah, nice. Okay, that's good.
Which again is just written in a card. I haven't actually done the gift. It's
You haven't even bought it yet.
It's an IOU. Most of my gifts are kind of, in the future, you let me know, send me the invoice.
Question on this, because Tess was
Send me
with you
the
for
invoice.
Christmas, right? Christmas Day. So was it her first big, uninterrupted few days with the family kind of moment? Because I had that with my girlfriend too.
Yeah, actually, there was quite a few moments. So one was the lads' Christmas day out.
Yes.
So I had to say, look, this isn't an opportunity to bring other
You have to cut her
halves.
loose.
I was like, so you've got all day at home with my parents.
Yeah. How did that go?
It went well because she went off to my sister's.
Okay, so she got out of there. It went well because she just didn't stay there.
Precisely. Other than that, was just catching up with people every now and then. Nothing crazy. Lots of Guinness. Lots of Guinness was had.
Lots of Guinness. Well, that's the main one. Well, what about you, G? Christmas on the beach?
Christmas on the beach. Just casual enough, yeah. Beach, house for a dinner later on. Friend of ours puts on an amazing spread. And, yeah, pretty tame. Bed by...
Barbecue kind of dinner.
No, to be fair, they put on the full turkey, ham.
Oh, nice.
3 types of spuds.
Get a lot of sand in it. Sandy turkey.
No, this was in the
I was thinking the same time. Sandy stuffing. Ugh.
No, it wasn't that bad. So the oven was inside.
The oven was inside, yeah.
The oven was inside.
Yeah, no, nothing significant to report.
At least he had turkey and ham.
Cozy. Yeah.
Yeah, I got turkey and ham, got my fix. What about you, T? How was your...
Oh, lads, there's a lot to happen here. Number one, let's get to the Ludo game, because that's what the listeners are here for.
Yeah, bring it on.
Oh, no.
Let's go, drum roll.
It's a bad story,
Did you bring
right?
it home?
So this is the thing, right? First of all, we set out the board, and my girlfriend Merve was with me, so she had to join my team. Instantly, I knew this was a bad news for Tomo, because either we were going to win because of her, or I was going to have held her back. It was as simple as that, right? This is a no-win situation for Tomo.
Haven't you just described relationships between men and women since the dawn of time?
Maybe a little bit, but particularly when you've lost 4 years in a row and not gotten on the board, it's only going one way, right? Either she's dragged you up if you win, or you've dragged her down if you don't. So anyway, lads, we got to the final bit, and I'm like, so, hopefully our listeners are familiar with Ludo, but you get to a point where you have to roll an exact number to get your last pieces in and cross the finish line, right? So I have these two pieces on two. I should say, have these two pieces. I have these two pieces on 2 and 1 away, and we're ahead. Like no one else has all of their lads into the last little bit, if that makes sense. That last strip,
the shoot.
And we just need to throw a 2 and a 1, and we were just gridlocked on 2 and a 1, and my heart is in my mouth. No. And they're just chasing around, and my sister just clinched it at the last minute. We had one piece with a 1 to roll, and we were about 4 rolls trying to get a 1, and she just came in like a thief in the night and just rolled that perfect 4 and danced all the way home, danced over us, and left us with nothing. Another year of nothing.
So is that 5 in a row?
That's 5 in a row. She's now on the board 3 times. She's on the board 3 times. My mum and my brother-in-law are on it once, and I'm sitting here with fucking duck. On the other hand, though, the crack between my mum and my brother-in-law was absolutely I never seen a woman laugh so much at getting the boot into someone every time she got him. She just couldn't stop pissing herself laughing. And he was like, "You're not enjoying that as much, Rita, with you." And she's like, "No." Just absolutely buzzing off him.
And he's like half fuming inside. Like,
but then he'd get her back as well, and there'd be a little, how do you like that back to bed with you? Really? Yeah, unbelievable. I'm sending each other off to bed time and time
what's the
again.
Training regime this year, Tomo? What are you doing?
This is the thing. So, and the funny part about it is, right, that my ma starts, as the game goes on, she starts telling me that, oh, that's a bad move, I wouldn't have done. I'm like, this complete fucking luck. You're throwing a dice.
If you had a 1, Tomo, it wouldn't have been luck if you had have won.
Oh, I would have rubbed her face in it. The other big revelation from this year's Christmas, we bought a little book, Incy Wincy Spider, for my nephew. He's 2, and it has a little puppet thing in the middle of it. And I realised, Joxer Goes to Stugcart, hopefully our Irish listeners will get it. It's the same rhythm. So it's Incy Wincy Spider came down the water spout.
No.
Down came the rain and washed the spider out. Out came the sun and dried up all the rain. An Incy Wincy Spider climbed up the spout again. It's the same thing. It's the exact same thing. So I'm pretty sure Christy Moore was just
ripped off Incy Wincy
and Incy
Spider.
Wincy, he went. Maybe he did it unbeknownst, but so that was another big revelation of my Christmas.
Have we reached out to Christy Moore to corroborate this?
Well, I don't know, but I'm going to get onto a legal team, Incy Wincy's legal team, and we'll have to send some documents
the Snug
over.
Life podcast should reach out to Christy Wincy Christy.
Incy Wincy Christy.
Incy Wincy Christy.
That's unbelievable. Oh, big fan of that.
Oh my God. Another thing I noticed on Christmas with Tess there being first Christmas in Ireland is the dynamics of like a dinner table at Christmas, especially with Irish people, and we don't notice it, but how just everyone's talking at the same time. Yeah. Everyone is having conversations with 3 different people, multitasking, and we somehow make it work. And it was the same when we're all together in the pub. Like the head's on a swivel and you're in multiple conversations and we can somehow do it. And she was like, it's fucking intense, when I'm getting asked like 3 questions at the same time and I just have to choose one. Yes. And I look rude then to the other 2. I was like, you'll get used to it.
You get used to it. And what you'll get used to is wheeling back. So you answer the one that you enjoy the most. And then you wheel back with a very quick answer for the other 2 just to keep them happy.
Yes.
And while also asking 3 or 4 questions around the table as well.
Yeah, to buy yourself
passing
time.
it on, right? And
batting it back over the fence.
That's so true.
Poking it on.
Like, we figured this out when we were trying to record this podcast initially. We really struggled with not talking over each other, and we're still not that great at it. Let's be honest. I don't know how anybody listens to this,
but we edit the shit out of it. That's why there's a lot of pulling and fucking skewing.
It's a strictly Irish thing, isn't it? So we can be in 2 conversations at the same time and speaking in another one, and then somehow pull it all together into this mess. And like, you'd love to be able to tell Tess, like, no, it's fine, you can just ignore those two, but you can't. Like, you have to engage.
And you also have to be thinking about your next question.
God,
Yeah.
Just keep it moving.
Or you'll be bludgeoned by questions otherwise. Yeah.
And it's funny because for us, that's an enhancement of conversation because it's such an organic we're all adding to each other's. But to other people, it's extremely annoying. You're like, I'm trying to tell you a story and you just keep on butting in with jokes that aren't even that funny. You're like, no, I'm sprinkling. Just a little enhancement, just a little colour.
Like, do you think I obviously did work with a lot of non-Irish people. Do you think they all, like, when I'm not there, talk about me like, oh God, I'm so glad Gary isn't here tonight. We can actually have a nice, calm conversation.
I can finish my point.
Yeah.
And he won't be forcing pints down my neck.
There's an intensity that you bring. And and you're dead right, Gaz. Amidst all of that, you still go, pint?
Yeah.
Somehow in the middle of the conversation, it's like, pint? Is it your round?
Still ready to
He
go.
hasn't had a drink in ages.
Let's keep it moving.
Yeah.
On that
It's a
front,
skill.
so in this time of great reflection, we thought it might be good to look back on our year and look forward a little bit too, right?
I was looking at a couple of rituals and I threw it into ChatGPT or whatever. I was like, just give me some rituals around the world. Funny ones were Spain and Latin America. They eat 12 grapes for each chime of the bell. That is a one. Denmark.
I've participated in that.
Oh, have you? Okay, because I was wondering, were they real? Because they get a little bit
No,
weird.
I've done it. I've done the grapes. Yeah.
Okay. Then Denmark, people throw old plates and glasses against the doors of family and friends to banish bad spirits.
Wow. I want to do that one.
Scotland, first footing is a significant tradition. First person to enter the home and the new year is believed to bring good or bad fortune. Dark-haired men are considered especially lucky. So, Sean, before you went grey, you actually would have been a very well sought-after first entrant.
And
Japan,
now I'm the Grim Reaper.
now, yeah. The Silver Fox. Japan, they ring bells at temples. The Philippines, they wear polka dots.
Oh,
I love that.
And then Brazil, this one gave me a chuckle. They wear white clothes and they go into the sea and they jump over 7 waves and make a wish for each jump.
that's lovely. I like
Isn't that right? So then I was like,
one.
how real are these? Is the internet spoofing me, right? So I go, okay, give me some Irish cultural traditions, right?
Love it.
Let's
And then it
fact
said
check this.
Then it goes, New Year's Day swim. And I was like, fuck, this is good. Many brave souls take a dip in the icy waters of the Irish Sea on New Year's Day. Popular way to welcome in the new year and is often accompanied by festive gatherings and hot drinks afterwards. And I'm like, fuck, man, the internet is today. Yeah. And then it gave me the first footing. Again, similar to the Scottish thing, the first person coming across. And they bring gifts in the Irish context. Now, I don't know, is this a rural Ireland thing? But they bring coal, bread, drink, and that brings luck to the house. Now, I need to ask my...
Coal?
That sounds like bollocks.
Culty friends about that one.
No,
But
that's Santa for bad kids.
But then the best, the best one, banging bread against the walls to ward off evil spirits.
Wait, you don't do that? How do you keep them out?
So the Danes smash the dishes, we just bang
Bang the
bread.
I don't know. Unless it misheard head.
Maybe, yeah.
The swim
yeah.
is accurate.
The swim
I
is
think
accurate.
Yeah.
I did a Christmas swim, and people do it like not on Christmas Day, but people do that like properly. And New Year's Day is a swim thing. The rest
That's
of
a
it,
thing.
I've never heard of, which could be still accurate.
Turkish one, my girlfriend told me about, and I don't know if it's a traditional Turkish one or more like for the, more modern young Turkish people, but you wear red underwear and like sexy red underwear quite often. I'm like, I only found about this last year and I was like, I love this. Like more so receiving than giving. Like I don't
What
look
did
great
you
in
wear?
I wore a pair of red fucking boxers that were like skin tight kind of thing. With
With a hole in the crotch.
A little hole in the top, a little Santa crotch. But that's a whole thing. So I'm like, I'm dying for this.
I'm wondering now if Marve made this up. If she totally made this up to you and she's like, you fucking said that? It's like, that's not a Turkish thing. That was just our thing.
It's just our thing. No, apparently it is a thing, genuinely. And I'm going to have to get like a red G-string out or something. I need to go shopping. It's tomorrow.
Red panty night.
Red panty night, baby.
What's that one Borat wore? The mankini?
The mankini.
Red mankini.
How am I going to wear that all day? The chafe gas.
All I can hear going through my head is Conor McGregor, red panty night, baby.
Yeah, exactly right.
So, Tomo, come New Year's, you're going to get a text from me, Sean, and all the listeners saying, red panty night, baby.
It's coming.
That's a great
I hope
New
it
Year.
ruins it on you.
Oh, it will. Other New Year's traditions, I don't know. I love that, though, the bread on the wall. Resolutions? Do we have any?
Are you doing any?
So I'm doing one. So it actually leads to quite a funny story. I'm quitting weed, and I've been off it for a few weeks. And when you start quitting, there's a weird thing where your dreams become very vivid and very memorable. And I may have had a wet dream in the last week. That I don't know how to.
It's either the weed situation or it's that you're thinking about red panty night around the corner.
How close were the two occasions? Did you just find this out? And
not so far off, but yeah, like it's mad. You think that time in your life is gone, and then you just wake up with a whole situation.
So you started the resolution pre New Year's.
So yeah, I had it in my head, but like I'm not a big guy for New Year's resolutions, to be honest. Because I just think, why wait for the start of like, what's a year? It doesn't really matter that much. If you want to quit something, do it today, right? So I had it in my head a few weeks ago. I was like, I should probably start doing it. And I was like, let's just do it now. So I just started a few weeks ago. It's one of those things, the first few days, for anyone who smokes weed will know, is hard to get to sleep. And once you get those first few days out, you're flying. It's grand. Obviously, you still kind of want cigarettes, because that's part of it if you have it with tobacco, like most people in Ireland do. But once you get over that part, you're grand. And then the dreams start flooding in thick and fast, and you're having like mad vivid dreams. I wish I could remember a lot of them. I can't. I wish I could even tell you what I was dreaming of when I had my teenage incident. I can't. It's gone.
Your girlfriend.
it's all very healthy, Tom.
Yeah, obviously.
It's all very
obviously.
healthy.
Yeah, right. It's all good stuff. The other one is
exactly.
just health and fitness stuff, but I think everyone does a little bit of that anyway. You see the gyms be flooded in January, but again, I kind of started that pre-Christmas too, because there's like no time like the present. And yeah,
You're looking very well, Tomo.
I don't feel it. I feel a bit tired. I feel a bit rusty, but
I'd say that's
up and at 'em.
the pint burn you got over Christmas.
It fucking is, man. I'm telling you, it's the pints are still kind of there. They linger a little longer than they used to, don't they, at this age? What about you boys? Is there any big resolutions or any even just ideas that you'd like to do, or
I was always a big I'm going to do so much this year. It's going to be the year of the gas. And then I don't. It always let me down. But the best thing I ever did was I turned 30 and I was like, oh my God, this is not where I wanted to be. I don't know why, it hit me so fucking hard, and I literally got up, walked down to the local electronics store and bought a Garmin, and ran home from work the following day.
Exact same thing, guys, with 30. Exact same thing.
It killed me. But I've been a runner since. I've ran lots of races and things, and that was something that I always kind of think back to. No, I can do things when I put my mind to them. But
yes,
I think New Year's, but because I've taken resolutions that I've never done them so many fucking times, I don't even bother.
Did you have the same thing? Because I had a moment with 30 where I was like, I always had this in my head, because I think we were all quite fit, probably doing sport and stuff as teenagers, and then as you get into your 20s, maybe it trickles off. Well, maybe not so much for all of us, but I definitely had this thing in my head where I was like, I'm gonna get fit again. I'm gonna get properly fit again. And then I hit 30 and I go, Tomo, if you don't start doing this now, it ain't gonna happen. And I think I went in a run. Now, don't get me wrong, I've had loads of breaks since, but I went in a run of about a year and a half of never missing 3 or 4 days in the gym every week for about a year and a half, 2 years roughly. And then, then I fell off. But there was a little switch, like you with the running, where you went, if you don't fucking start 30. This now, man. 30. It hit me when I hit 30. I went, man, if you don't do this, you're not doing it. So fucking do it. Start it and start being dedicated to it, because otherwise it's only going to get harder and harder. You're going to get older and fatter. Your metabolism's going to get worse, and you're going to end up just that guy who can't do it anymore. There's no way back.
Mine was just this idea of, I obviously, when you're growing up, you think 30 is this huge number, this big age that you're going to have everything sorted. You're going to be on your second wife, that kind of thing.
You have the kids, the Volvo.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. And 2.5 kids and the white picket fence.
I think the New Year resolution thing, it's more, for me, it's at the end of every year I have this moment of, I think about, okay, do I want the next year to be just a deja vu of this year? Mm-hmm. And that's like where like you said, Tomo, why wait till New Year's? I think it's just a trigger of like you're starting again. And I'm in sales, so it's like sales targets, you're back to zero. And it's like you say, do you really have the energy to do that all again? What do you want to do?
Again. Yeah.
And it makes you question shit. But I've failed, like all of us, at these resolutions because I don't just choose one. If I do want to do it, I get overly excited and I want to like be a hero of life. And it's like, I'm going to start going to the gym 4 days a week. I'm going to learn a new language. I'm going to learn an instrument. And I create this impossible list of things that I'm going to do and never do any. So maybe I should just choose one thing.
Focus on. I'm a big believer of that. Like, if you try to do everything at once, you do nothing, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, pick one small thing and let that be your catalyst.
I do have one for this year. You know, you're talking about being healthy and stuff. Have you noticed that, like, we'll go out with friends, out for dinner, out for pints, and never once really, like, process how much it costs because it's just a fact of life that you prioritize. But for me, like, when it comes to health stuff, you know, if there's like a gym class to do, if there's like cryotherapy or cold baths or I don't know, like a nice moisturizer, whatever it is.
That's getting pushed off.
That gets pushed off. I look at the price and I go, what? Like health is wealth, as they say. So New Year's resolution is to actually prioritize things that are good for you as opposed to pushing it away because you think, that's too expensive, it's not worth it.
Instead, think about the expense on Sean's well-being and the fact that you missed
exactly.
That. You're not going to go for that morning run. You're not going to do that gym session or that swim or whatever that makes you feel $1,000,000 and carries you into the next day. You know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe get a massage every now and then, you know, maybe.
Instead of drinking fucking 60 pints.
Yeah.
Are you basically saying that on top of all the pints and dinners, you're just going to treat yourself a little bit more?
Oh, yeah.
That's what I think he's getting to. Yeah, he's not saying I'm going to entirely stop doing that.
I'm not stopping the pints and dinners.
No, God, no.
Also, hang on a second. Are you not the guy who pays for the IV drips after a heavy session?
But not enough. I don't do enough, Gary.
Yeah, not enough IV drips. Okay.
They need to be scheduled and I need to
Lance
commit
Armstrong
to it.
over here.
IVs are on the list.
The Lance Armstrong of pints.
Tomo, I have a feeling that if we compared our regimes to Sean's, our self-care regimes, we would pale in comparison.
God, yeah.
This time last year, I was about to buy one of those ice baths for outside. And then someone said to me, why don't you just fucking try like starting with a cold shower in the morning? And I did that twice. And I was like, I hated the cold shower. So I'm glad I don't have an ice bath sitting outside.
Would have been a little bit of a waste of an investment.
Saved a bit of money on that. I do like being good to myself. Do you know, I think we should all... You know, I remember I once tried to fucking have green tea instead of coffee, and that was just awful. Like, I enjoy a coffee like 3 times a day or whatever, and allow myself to have it. It feels good, do it. So, Tomo, you know, get back on the weed, like enjoy it, smoke it up.
Great advice, Sean. Thanks, man.
3 coffees a day. Are you well? Five predictions, lads. What are we thinking?
Okay, so who's going to win the All-Ireland hurling final?
Claire.
Greece. No, we'll go for Limerick. Limerick, obviously. Football.
The Dubs.
Now, I'm going to say Giddy. Right, Premier League.
Liverpool.
I did call at the start. We might have not put this in the pod. Nottingham Forest, yeah. I said at the start of the season, I really like Nottingham Forest.
I think you might have said it earlier.
Thumping cunts.
They're absolutely thumping cunts. All right. Six Nations. I'm going to say Ireland.
Scotland are going to shock the world, be back to their best. Up the Scots.
Eurovision. Moldova.
Israel.
Oh, contentious.
Bosnia and Herzegovina.
Okay, what border town will I move to? I'm going to go Naas because it's in the fold.
Because it's your choice.
Yeah, it's one of
I'm going to say Balbriggan.
Oh, God.
I see you with a good thick Dundalk accent, Tomo. Dundalk.
I have not been against that or Drogheda either. I'm into both.
Wait, you're putting Drogheda and Dundalk ahead of Balbriggan?
Yes, Balbriggan's a kid, man. Balbriggan's
Tomo
the worst.
Mean that to all our listeners that live in Balbriggan.
Sorry, Balbrigganers. How many times will Gaz get sunburned?
Once a month, 12. We'll go 12.
You have to be in the sun to get sunburned. That's my trick.
Yes.
If Tomo falls off the wagon, what month?
I like that.
Oh, isn't it your birthday in March?
Yes.
You'll have a birthday roll.
So usually it's when you forget how subtly bad it is for you, and that takes a few months, and then you're like, I love this stuff. And by fall off the wagon, you mean like fully in. You mean like buying a bag.
No, have one.
Having a little spliff. Okay, yeah.
No,
okay.
having a spliff.
Yeah. Great.
Having a
Wait, hang on. Now that you've said that, I want to go January.
Exactly, guys. I thought he quit fully when cold turkey, and now he has a definition of quit or not.
Asterisk.
But there is a difference, though.
A whole
anyway.
bag or just a split?
Just a split, right? What are we talking here? Because, like, you know, just because you eat a couple of crisps doesn't mean that you're off the diet. You know?
When will Tomo finally win Ludo? Will it be in 2025, yes or no?
I'm going to say no.
No.
Yeah,
No,
if
no,
history
he's
taught us
shite.
anything.
What are our ambitions for the Snug in 2025?
Oh, I like that. Okay, and we're going to break the US market, obviously, through our lead marketer, Sean O'Leary.
Yeah.
We're going
That's the
to
goal.
start running ads and annoying everybody. And we're going to become a video platform. And that will either severely help or decrease. I'm expecting decrease because no one wants to look at these faces.
Could we get a sponsor? Barry's Tea.
Oh, Barry's Tea for chat.
Oh, man, it would be great if they could send us some to Australia and Florida, guys. That would be excellent.
Yeah. Save me a fortune.
What about Guinness, lads? Because we are a snug.
Oh my God, Tomo, that's genius.
The pubcast, though, I think
Guinness.
Guinness is like we're made of chatting and sitting and talking shit. Now they might be a
Okay,
little
okay.
above us. I don't think the Agile's going to touch us with a fucking 10-foot barge pole, to be honest.
Doubt it.
We record an episode live from Gravity Bar, I think they call it.
And get kicked out.
Oh no, as a sponsorship deal.
Oh, as a sponsor, okay.
Do we pay them for access?
Wait, so are these just pie in the sky predictions, or are we actually predicting, guys? Because I predict we're going to win the lottery and, and we're all going to live in Barbados recording the pod next year.
One of us needs to get in a relationship with someone famous, and that will really get us going.
Sean, we're
So-
all taken. I'm not.
I know,
letting that
but
go.
like, you know,
You're right. One of us needs to cheat. One of us needs to cheat with someone famous.
immediate relationship.
Cut that. Yes. Okay. Yeah. So it's like
I did it for the podcast.
Yeah, exactly. I did it for the pod, baby.
Oh my God. And on that note, before we incriminate ourselves any further.
Yeah. Before we're all single men going into 2025, let's pull the pin on this grenade.
Good.
Thanks to all of our listeners for seeing it last year, and we're looking forward to a big 2025. Thanks for being with us. Good night and God bless.
Yeah.